Hi babes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, what's up? I'm Ashley. This video is kind of about me turning 20, which is wild and crazy and I hate it and I don't want it to happen to me at all, but it is, and we're gonna make videos about it because I don't know how else to deal with my life. I still feel like I'm a child, literally. I don't know how I'm turning 20. Like, I'm not gonna be a teenager anymore. That's like scary. I straight up don't want to think about it. I feel like I'm still like 17 and a child and have no responsibilities. My parents like to tell me that I don't act like I'm 20 and I need to grow up, so probably yes. Am I going to? No. And I don't know who let me turn 20, but I wanted to make one of those videos people do that's like 19 things I learned at 19, and people do it like, okay, here's my thing. I am turning 20 and I'm doing 19 things I learned at 19 because I hate when, like, say someone's turning 20 and they do 20 things I learned at 20. I hate that because you've been 20 for like one day. You don't know anything that you learned at 20. You haven't learned anything yet. What did you learn? That you are a year older? So this is 19 things I learned at 19. Number 1, be patient with yourself. So this one's kind of about, like, a lot of people think that they need to like rush into life. Clearly not me. Like, I'm a child, as we discovered, so you don't need to like jump into everything. For example, if you're younger, you don't necessarily need to know what you want to do in college, and if you're older, you don't need to like know what you want your like lifelong job to be. Like, everything is like always changing and you don't have to always know what's next. You can like just live life and not rush into things. Be patient with yourself because you'll figure it out. Number 2, life is what you make of it. This one, it seems like so Hannah Montana, but it really is. And I mean that in like, yes, there are so many things that you can't do, like if you don't have the means, like money or like the place that you live in or like whatever the necessary things, but you can still do things in those areas, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like the greatest thing ever, but you don't have to just like do nothing with your life. It really is what you make of it and what you do. No one is like laying your life out for you and telling you what you have to do, and if they are, you don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want. It's your life. Do it. Number 3, don't judge other people based off what you think is right. This goes for like a lot of things, stereotypes and like racism and things like that, but just because you think something is right, like, doesn't mean that that's the way that everybody has to do something. Say that you like to shop at Forever 21 and somebody else likes to shop at like Zara or something, and you like judge them for that. What? Like, they're just living their best life and they want to shop there and they can, and you could too if you wanted to, but you're shopping at Forever 21 because that's what you like, and so why are you gonna judge them based off that? You shouldn't. Number 5, it's okay to feel emotions. It's so hard to like express your emotions to other people and like tell them what you're feeling, and then especially if they like don't give you any validation and kind of like don't believe you or don't like support you, it's really hard to then like feeling emotions because you're like, oh, like what I'm feeling is wrong and I shouldn't be feeling this, but you are feeling it and you can't control that, and so you can't let anybody tell you that like you shouldn't be feeling that because you are. Say that something makes you sad and somebody else is like, oh well, this doesn't matter, like it shouldn't make you sad. You still feel sad about it, so yes, you can work to like not feeling sad about it anymore, and you need to like take in those emotions and feel them and understand them, otherwise you're never gonna get anywhere, which is a really hard thing to do and I don't even do, but I understand that you should do it. Number 6, you define your life. What I mean by this, kind of similar to what number 2 was, but like, you define what you think is normal in your life. You define like happiness and love, for example. Like, you don't have to have a significant other, like a committed relationship, be in love. You can be in love with your friends, you can be in love with your life, you can be in love with like the blessings that you've been given. Like, you can just have a lot of love in your life without having a significant other. You define your life. That's just what it is. Number 7, you can't control other people, kind of like the one that we had before. And so if somebody's doing something that you don't like and it's not like necessarily impacting you, you don't have the right to tell them that they like shouldn't do it. You can express your feelings with them, but if you really don't like what they're doing with their life or whatever, it's not really your place to say. And I'm not saying that in like a there's nothing you can do about it, that sucks kind of way. It's like, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it, but you can make your life what you want, and it shouldn't even matter what other people are doing. Number 8, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. This one's so like song lyrics, like Tumblr inspirational quotes, you know, but it's kind of true. Like, the things that you go through in life like make you stronger, because if you weren't having the ups and downs in life and your life was just kind of like there, you would have no like bad things to compare the good things to, and it it would all just be like okay. You go through life experiences and you learn from them. You don't have to say that they were like good things and that you were glad that they happened, but you can like embrace them and be like, okay, this did happen to me and I'm not gonna let it destroy my life and make me like super negative person. 9 be original and be yourself. This one's kind of hard because with like social media and everything these days, like you want to be trendy and you want to be like on beat, and I totally support that, but do like what you want to do and don't do it because somebody else is doing it and you want to like be like them. You can totally take inspiration from other people and like whatever, but don't like copy them. Be your own person because you only have one life, right? And if you're gonna use it by just like copying somebody else, that's so boring. Why wouldn't you want to just like be your own person? 10. Nothing is forever and change is good. This is something that's really hard to grasp, I feel like, because if you're like really enjoying something in life, you want it to stay the same. If everything was always the same, it would just be so boring and you wouldn't experience anything in life. It would just be the same routine every day, like doing the same things with the same people in the same place. Change is good. 11. The world wasn't created for us. This is something that I learned a lot about in my sustainability class this year, as I talked about in a bunch of other of my videos. I was in a like Bible study sustainability class, and this is something like so important to understand. Like the world was not created for us as humans. No matter like what you believe in your faith, religion, spirituality, whatever, we were not created for this world, but we took it over and we act like the world was made for us even though it wasn't. There are so many other animals on this planet. It just blows my mind that people think that the world was created for humans. We definitely took it over and we treat it like the impacts that we have on the environment aren't going to impact us at all, but they are, and we have to understand that and know that we are not top priority. Other animals and stuff deserve to live as well, and if we didn't have them, we wouldn't even be alive. 12. Be grateful for what you have. This one can be really hard, especially if you're going through like a rough time or kind of like feel like you need to have money or success to be happy in your life. You don't. You just need to learn to like be grateful for what you have. Of like me, for example, I can hear, I can see, I can walk, I can talk, and a lot of people like aren't blessed with those capabilities, and I'm lucky enough to have like a camera and like a phone and like clothes on my back and like a roof over my head and like really good friends, and some people don't have those. Even if it's like tiny little things, you just need to like learn to be grateful for them and not always be like constantly wanting more things. What number are we on? 13. There isn't just one way to live your life. There's many possible solutions. This is something that we kind of touched on earlier, but you're living your life and you may think that there's like one goal out there for you, like to be, I don't know, rich or to have a good job or to get married or to have kids or whatever. I feel like you should not just focus on like one specific goal for yourself. You need to be like open to all the possibilities of what can happen in your life. Otherwise you might let down like other opportunities that come your way that you could have really loved. And even if you reach that goal, then like you're gonna need to have another new goal. Otherwise you're not reaching for anything or like striving for anything in life, and you're just kind of there. 14. You don't always know what other people are going through. This one, if you're friends with me, you know that my biggest pet peeve ever is when people like diminish other people's hard work because they think that they're better than them. Ooh, I will literally call everybody out on this because I hate it so much. Like say that you are like working 2 jobs and your friend is only working 1, and like your friend is like, I'm tired, and you're like, oh, you're tired? Like I work 2 jobs. Okay, I totally understand that, but you didn't need to like diminish what they're doing. Like they're still working hard and you don't know what kind of day they had and you don't know what they went through, and now you're like diminishing their feelings. That is my biggest pet peeve. I hate when people do that. It makes me so irritated. Don't do it around me. I will call you out on it. Number 15. You don't have to be stressed to be important. I saw this one on Instagram the other day, and a lot of people think that like because they have a lot going on or because they're really stressed out that they're like doing everything that they can to be like living their best life. And yeah, that's super true, and it's great that you're like doing a lot and trying to get stuff done or trying to like make money or go to school or whatever. All that stress is not good for you, and you need to have time to like relax and calm yourself and like have time to yourself to have fun or to just like sleep or to like do, I don't know, things other than like the stuff that stresses you out, because being stressed out all the time sounds terrible and is terrible for you and isn't good. Number 16, be kind to yourself. I mean this one in kind of the way that like have self-love for you. Be kind to your body, be kind to like your emotions and your spirit and like whatever. There's no one else like you out there, and you need to love yourself, because if you don't, then you'll just hate yourself, and that sucks. Don't do that. Number 17. 17. Don't listen to other people's opinions on you. Like, just don't listen to other people's negative opinions about you. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because they think something of you doesn't mean that it's true, or doesn't mean that everybody thinks it. They're just like being mean and trying to get a reaction out of you. And you don't need to hear that. Yes, you had to see it or you had to hear it, but you don't need to listen to them, and you don't need to let them like affect who you are and your mentality and like the way that you go about your life. Number 18. Check in on your friends. All the rest of the things that I've been talking about are like about you and yourself, and like accepting yourself, loving yourself in your life, but also like you have friends and family and whatever that might also be going through things, and you need to be able to like check in on them and not only worry about yourself, because while you should love yourself and like take care of yourself, sometimes people kind of need that extra boost, and just be there for your friend. It's not that hard to not be selfish and be there for other people. Some people apparently it's hard for, but it doesn't need to be. Like, they're your friend. They're not just there to like, I don't know, like party with you or like go to football games with you, whatever. Clearly I'm in college, these are my only references. They're there like because they support you and they love you and they're your friends, and you should always check in on them. And I don't want to hear any of that like, it's a two-way street. Yeah, it's a two-way street, so you do it too, even if you're the first one or if you're the only one. Like, then that makes you the bigger person. Good for you. And number 19. You don't always have to be happy. You don't have to constantly be a happy-go-lucky, positive person. I literally hate people like that, first of all, that are always like, oh my god, like there's no way that you're that happy, and you don't have to act like you're that happy all the time. Well, yes, you can't just go around and go to the store and be like, frick my life all the time. You don't need to constantly be like overly happy and overly compensating for other things happening in your life. You just don't need to always act like you're happy just because you want to impress other people into thinking that you're happy. I don't even know what you're doing, and it's okay if you're not always happy. Those are all of our things that I learned at 19, I guess. I hope that you learned anything from them that'd make me happy. So if you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you hated this video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can turn all the what is my outro? If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you hate this video, give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow all my social media. They will be linked in the description bar below. I post very sporadically. I'm having such a hard time with my outro right now. Thanks so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.